Hello students, let's start unit 16 Young Scientist. In this unit, two topics are there, space travel and cyber terms. In this video, we will do the first topic, that is space travel, on page number 49. Space travel is a type of travel in which passengers enter space, the region outside the Earth's atmosphere. People began traveling to space in 1961 in tiny spacecrafts called capsules. So, region outside the Earth's atmosphere is known as the space. And when someone travels to this area or this region, this kind of travel is known as a space travel. And the space travel is uh, the space traveling started in year 1961. Spacecrafts are used for this, and these spacecrafts are also known as capsules. On page number 49 of your book, two types of information is given. Part A is related to the different kind of records made during various space travels, and part B is related to the satellites. Let's first do the massive followings. On the left side, point number 1 to 12 different kind of records are given, and on the right side, A to L different names are given. So let's read about them. First woman tourist in space. So this woman who traveled to space as a tourist, not as researcher or scientist or astronaut, but as a tourist, she is Anushe Ansari. She's Iranian American. That means she's from Iran, and she's American citizen. She's the first woman who traveled to the space as a tourist. Next is private space flight. This spacecraft you are seeing on the screen is Spaceship One. On this is the C option on the right side, Spaceship One. This was the first private space flight. Actually, most of the space missions are funded by the government agencies like ISRO, NASA, but this space flight made by Spaceship One was the first private space flight. Next is the first India-born woman in space. She is very famous, Kalpana Chawla. Next one, first spacecraft to leave the solar system. Okay, so name of this spacecraft was Pioneer 10, and this picture is showing you the position of this uh, you know uh, the spacecraft, that is Pioneer 10. It was launched on it was launched on 3rd March 1972, and this position is the position of Pioneer 10. The other later missions are also mentioned in this picture, but in your book only Pioneer 10 information related to Pioneer 10 is given. So you can see it traveled outside the solar system. This was the first this kind of mission. Next is related to the spacewalk. First, you must know what the spacewalk is. Spacewalk is when the astronaut or cosmonaut comes out from the spacecraft or the International Space Station and do some work there while walking or while floating in the space. Then this kind of walk is known as a spacewalk. So first woman to do a spacewalk, she was Svetlana Savitskaya. She is a Russian astronaut. She was the first woman to do spacewalk. Next is first spacewalk in space. First spacewalk by any human. It was done by a man named Alexei Leonov, and He was the first human to walk in space on March 18, 1965. Longest single flight by a woman. It was done by Sunita Williams. She is also from India, of Indian origin, although she is American citizen. Next is earliest born to reach space. This man named Joe Walker. He was American. He born in 1921. He was the earliest born person to reach the space. Youngest man during the space flight. German Titov, a Russian cosmonaut. He was the youngest age man during space flight. He was just 25 years old when he traveled to space. Next is youngest age woman during space flight. She is Valentina Tereshkova. She is also Russian. She was 26 years old when she traveled to space. Oldest age person during space flight. John Glenn. At the age of 77 years, he traveled to space. Last one is the most spacewalks by a man. Anatoly Solovyev, a Russian man, he did total 16 spacewalks. So that's all about the different kind of records made by different space travelers or different space crafts, right? Next part of this topic is name the countries which launched these satellites into space. So name of satellite is given and the date of launch is given. We are going to tell about the country. So let's start. First is Sputnik 1, launched on 4th October 1957. It was launched by Soviet Union. Uh, in these days, Soviet Union is now known as Russia. So it was launched by Russia or Soviet Union, you can say. Next one is Explorer 1, launched by United States on 1st February 1958. Next is Asterix, launched by France on 26 November 1965. Ozumi by Japan on 11 February 1970. Dongfeng Hong 1, launched by China on 24 April 1970. Prospero by United Kingdom on 28 October 1971. Rohini D1 satellite launched by India on 18 July 1980. Ofek 1 by Israel on 19 September 1988. Omid by Iran on 2nd February 2009. Kwangmyong Song 3 by North Korea on 12th December 2012. So that's all about the space travel. Next topic is next topic is cyber terms, which we'll do in our online class. That's all about it. Thank you.